Hello and welcome to the Liiga Tour Awards Show. I'm your host Thomas, and tonight we'll be crowning the number one fan experience that I had during the Liiga Tour. Now, during the season, I was able to travel to 15 cities, 16 games. During each game, I rated each experience on 5 separate categories and totaled it up at the end to find out which experience was my favorite. First of all, I just want to say again, thank you so much for everyone who's been following along. It's been a great journey. I see lots of support, and it's been a lot bigger than what I thought it was going to be. It has also helped the channel grow a lot. I've been doing YouTube for over 15 years, and just over the last 4 or 5 months, the channel has grown exponentially. So again, thank you very much for your support. Now, before we get into the actual categories, I want to throw a statistic out there. During the Liiga Tour, the home team won 8 games and lost 8 games. Honestly, it couldn't have been any closer than that. There were some fantastic games being played, and I'm so thankful to be able to even go to each game and really experience it for myself. But enough rambling, it's time to talk about the first category that I'll give, and that was the best game. Coming in 5th place is Saipa versus Lahti. This game was a 3-2 overtime thriller. Both teams were battling hard, and Lahti, although they were having a rough start to the season, ended up pulling away with an important 2 points, which has helped them get into the playoffs this year. For 4th place, I have Karpat against Saipa, where Saipa took the win on the road in Oulu, 4-3 in overtime in an absolute thriller. Both teams were trading goals, and late in the game, Karpat tied the game with just around a minute left. In overtime, it was crazy. It was back and forth. In fact, the game-winning goal was scored, but nobody noticed until the end of overtime when they did a review. Our 3rd place finisher, our first bronze, is Koko versus Kalpa, and this was an intense game. It was a rough-hitting game. Koko had a lot of the play during the game, but it went to overtime, and Kalpa took a costly penalty, helping the home team win 2-1 in overtime, and the fans were ecstatic. Second on this list was Jup from Jyväskylä playing against Lukko from Rauma, and this was just an amazing atmosphere. The fans were into it. It was back and forth. One team would score, the other would return the goal, and it wasn't until overtime where Jup scored the most beautiful overtime goal I think I've ever seen, winning 4-3. And the best game that I've been to here on the Liiga Tour was the Tampere Derby between Ilves and Tappara. Ilves was the home team, and the place was packed. The atmosphere was amazing. Both fan clubs were cheering hard, but it was Ilves that took the win 4-2. Overall, just an incredible experience. Now that we're off and running, it's time for the best fan club. Now, when taking consideration for this, I thought of both the away supporting as well as at home. I'm going to give an honorary mention to Ukraine because when I was there, I didn't expect a whole lot, to be honest, but their fan club really surprised me. Coming in 5th is Kalpa Kuopio. This is the defending champions, and their fan base is amazing. The game that I did go to was actually a CHL game, so I know there wasn't as many fans there, but they're still very loud, proud, and noticeable. In 4th place, I'm putting Jup Jyväskylä because I've seen them play on the road twice, and their fans were very noticeable. And although they travel well, it's when you're in Jyväskylä watching a home game, that really blew me away. There's a lot of youth, there's a lot of university students, it's loud, they play different instruments, banging on drums. It's just an amazing experience. In 3rd place, I'm going to go with Ilves with this one. The Ilves home fans were incredible. I can't say enough that they're so passionate for their team. I've been to a few Ilves games this year, and each time the crowd doesn't disappoint. In 2nd place, we're going with Tappara from Tampere. Honestly, they travel so well. I've seen them play on the road a couple times, and their fan base travels well. But in the Nokia Arena, they're loud, and they should be. They're number 1 in the league. And number 1 for best fan clubs, I'm going with Koko Kouvola. Now, this might be a hot take, but my experience watching the games, both in Kouvola and on the road, the Koko fans are crazy. They travel well. They always fill up the away section. Both in Lahti and then Espoo, they were the road team, and they were cheering twice as loud as the home team, being outnumbered 10-1. The best arena award, I'm going to give this one to the arena that really stood out to me. I would like to give an honorary mention to the Kivikullan Arena for Lukko Rauma. I found this arena a little bit older, but it was very unique in the way that you go to sit in your seat. I was sitting behind the penalty box area, and in order to get to my seat, I actually had to enter from the end of the arena instead of walking around and like walking down a ramp. That really played into the fact that it's like a coastal city. It really reminded me of where I grew up back in Nova Scotia. Coming in 5th place is the historical Helsinki Ice Hall for HIFK Helsinki. I've been to this arena a few times now, and each time I come here, I'm amazed with just the overall aesthetic. The home team played a great game, the fans were into it, and they're very dedicated, and I can't wait for next year when Jokerit is back in Liiga to watch the Helsinki Derby. In 4th place is the Oulun Energia Arena up in Oulu for Karpat. This was such a unique arena, and I personally loved it. It was such a unique arena in the sense that whenever a team scored, or even the intro, they would have these like flames shooting up from every entrance and behind the nets. It was so cool. Plus what they could do with the light show in the intro was really impressive. In 3rd place, taking bronze, is the Lahti Tapiola Arena in Jyväskylä. This arena really surprised me because it kind of looked like most of the other arenas I've been to so far on the tour. But when the light show started, when the music started playing and the intro happened, I was invested. This was such a cool arena. Plus the goal song is my favorite. Yippee-ya-ya, yippee-yippee-ya. In 2nd place is the Gatorade Center in Turku. This one was so unique because it wasn't the traditional rectangular shape. It was more of a dome, and it really added a different aesthetic. Think of the Avicii Arena in Stockholm, where it's essentially a bubble. So it felt so spacious, and honestly, it felt like when you're sitting on the top, you were looking straight down at the ice, which was so cool. And taking 1st place, none other than the Nokia Arena in Tampere. It's hard to really compete with this arena, especially in Liiga, because it's the newest, it is modern, what they can do with the light shows and intros is just top notch. And speaking of intros, that's our next category. In 5th place, I'm going with TPS Turku. It was such a cool light display when the players came on the ice. I really enjoyed it personally, and it really stood out to me. But at the same time, it didn't surprise me because of the arena. In 4th place, we're going to go with Jyväskylä. They played one of my favorite songs as the intro, so I was pretty excited for that. And even the pregame light show, they played another one of my favorite songs, so it really resonated with me. Plus, again, what they could do with that arena, it really blew my expectations away. In 3rd place, we're going with Karpat Oulu. Again, it was such a unique intro, especially with the arena. It surprised me because it didn't look like it would be capable to have that type of light show. But the one effect of the ice slowly growing along the boards, the crazy light show, and then when the players came on, it was just a fantastic atmosphere. 2nd place goes to Tampere. The pre-game light show is incredible. They have the figure skater dancing around the ice, and it's a really great atmosphere. And also being in the most modern hockey arena in Finland gave them endless opportunities to put on a great show for their fans. And number 1, taking gold medal for the best intro, in my opinion, was Ilves. Now, it helps that the fan club is always loud and excited whenever the players are being introduced. But with the fire show, with them coming onto the ice, with the music playing, it's just such a cool atmosphere, and I love it. It is the most memorable intro. Now we only have 2 categories left. The best atmosphere is next. This was a tough one to really choose. There's so many passionate fan bases here in Liiga, and it was really hard to choose a top 5, so I have to give some honorary mentions. HIFK in Helsinki, for example, is one of the great atmospheres in Finnish hockey for the very historical team, but also a place like Lahti. Although they got crushed in the game I went to see them play, the fans still were loud and cheering on their team regardless. Assat, with their fan club being behind the bench instead of at the end of the ice, which added a unique element. Saipa, that crowd also really surprised me and it made for a great atmosphere. Kalpa, although they didn't have as many fans at my game, I know that they always come out to cheer their team on. And Ukrit was honestly the biggest surprise for me out of all the teams. In fifth place, we're going with Karpat Oulu. It was a fantastic atmosphere. The game was great. The pyrotechnics really added to the atmosphere. The fans were loud throughout the whole game. It was just such a cool experience, and I would definitely go again. In fourth place, we're going with Jyväskylä. Again, I've said it enough this time. The fan base is fantastic. The arena was great. The light show was great. The game was great. Again, I couldn't say better things. In third place, we're going with Koko Kovla. I personally think they're one of my favorite teams this year to watch, and I'm going to be so excited to watch them in the playoffs. But again, their fan base is incredible. One of the best fan bases I've seen for any team that I've seen in person. For second and first place, it really could be 1 and 1A. They are pretty well tied for me in my mind for the best atmosphere. And they're the two teams from Tampere, Tappara and Ilves. But I do have to give the slight advantage to Ilves. But they're both so close. They both have great fans, great atmosphere at every game. So again, it could flip-flop between first place. But Tappara finishes in second place and Ilves takes the win and first place. Now we're on to the final category, the best overall experience. Now again, this is a disclaimer. This is my personal best experience. It's not the general public's. Everyone has their own opinions. So again, don't witch hunt me. This is just my personal experience. This ranking is based on the 5 categories that I gave when rating my experiences. So these are the total numbers. You already know them, but this is me presenting them in a formal way. Tied with 5th place is TPS Turku. I really loved the arena and the intro. The game was great, although there wasn't as many fans as I thought there would be. I thought there'd be a bigger crowd. But overall, it was a great experience. I was with my friend Yanina, so it made the experience even better. But yeah, if the arena wasn't so far away from the city center, it would have a higher ranking. And also in 5th place, with 41 points, was Coco. I feel like if the city was a little bit more interesting, it would easily be top 3, but it is still a great experience. I think it would be a great day trip for someone to go there, watch a game, and really experience a great fan base. Coming in 4th place is Jyväskylä, who finished with 44 out of 50 points. Fantastic experience with the hockey game. I had a great time in the city. It's just, you can't go wrong with a Yup game, and I would definitely go back again. And here we go, the top 3. Finishing in 3rd place, bronze medalist, is Karpat Oulu. The city was amazing. I really enjoyed it. The arena was very accessible. Just, it checked all the boxes, right? Atmosphere, the arena, the intro, everything. It was great. I think that's one of the best things that you can do up north. I would definitely go to another game. Taking 2nd place, silver medalist from the city of Tampere is Tappara with 47 points. Again, it checks off all the boxes. It was an incredible atmosphere. And I think what really held it from being first place was the intro. But that was really the difference maker between this team and the first place team. And here we are, to the end, finally the crown, the best experience for me at a Liiga hockey game on the Liiga Tour comes down to this. In the first place, gold medalists are Ilves with 48 points. It was honestly a great experience there. Going to a derby game certainly helped, but even going to other games outside of Liiga Tour, I just know that it's always a consistent, great atmosphere, easy to get to, great city, great arena, great intro. Everything was fantastic. Well, there we have it. That is the Liiga Tour Award Show. I am so grateful for all the support over the last few months. I'm just so honestly grateful to travel across Finland, see incredible hockey games. Finland is a hockey nation, and I'm so glad to be living here and experience it myself. And it doesn't mean it's over. I'm still going to hockey games regardless. And by the time this video is up, we're right into the middle of the playoffs, which are exciting. And who knows, maybe I go to a finals game. But I've been asked this question as well. What's next? And for me, I don't know. I would love to do this again. It was amazing. And to be honest, it was a dream come true. Ever since I started planning this a year ago, and then for it to actually happen, it's just been incredible. I'd love to go to another country and do a tour like this, but for one, it's not cheap. This tour has really cost a pretty penny, but it was worth every cent. Second of all, of course, life happens, right? You have to work, you have different commitments. If it's possible to not just do it within 2 months, maybe do it throughout a whole season, especially if it's nearby countries. And I even tossed around the idea earlier this year of doing a full Europe tour, going to a game in each league, but again, finances, time. Unfortunately, I'm not a millionaire. If I was, then of course I'd do this, but we'll see what the future holds. So for the last time, to put a bow on Liiga Tour, this is Thomas signing off. Thank you so much, and I'll see you at the next game. Take care.